That recent Air India Boeing 787 crash near Ahmedabad. It's really gripped everyone, hasn't it? The main question on everyone's mind is simply, what happened to Flight AI-171?
Absolutely. It's the question we always ask.
And, well, the clues, the real answers, they seem to lie inside those two devices we always hear about, the black boxes.
That's right. They're crucial.
So today, we want to do a deep dive into these amazing bits of tech. Not just what they are, but maybe what they're already starting to tell us about this flight. Our mission really is to get a handle on just how vital these recorders, the flight data recorder and the cockpit voice recorder, are for finding the truth and, for making flying safer.
And we do have some significant news on that front. They actually recovered both boxes, the FDR, that's the flight data recorder, and the CVR, the cockpit voice recorder.
Quick.
Both were pulled from the wreckage just days after the crash on June 12th.
That was quick.
It was. And what's really interesting here, maybe even a bit of a game changer, is where the data is being analyzed. It's happening in India's brand new black box lab.
Oh, the one they just opened.
Exactly. Inaugurated just back in April. It's state-of-the-art, capable of fixing and decoding recorders, even if they're, pretty badly damaged.
Right. That must speed things up compared to before.
Hugely.
Yeah.
Previously, getting data from damaged units could take months. Sometimes it wasn't even possible. This new lab changes that significantly.
So these aren't just like standard tape recorders then. What makes them so incredibly valuable in a situation like this? What do they actually capture?
Well, they're designed for exactly this. The flight data recorder, the FDR, it tracks an incredible number of things. We're talking airspeed, altitude, the engine thrust settings, every single control movement the pilots make, the flap positions, even things like cabin pressure. It's essentially a super detailed digital log of the plane's performance. And then the cockpit voice recorder, the CVR, that captures all the sound in the cockpit. So pilot conversations with air traffic control, what the crew says to each other, and crucially, any ambient sounds, alarms, noises in those final critical moments. Put them together, and you get this comprehensive picture to reconstruct exactly what happened second by second.
That's incredibly detailed. So the big question then, for everyone following this, what have investigators managed to learn already from that initial data pull from AI-171's recorders? Anything surprising yet?
Well, some very critical early findings have emerged. The data includes a Mayday call from the cockpit, an emergency call.
Really? What did it say?
The recording seems to indicate the flight crew specifically reported issues with engine thrust, just moments before the crash.
Engine thrust. That's significant.
It is. It really narrows the focus for the investigators right away. It points more towards some kind of primary system malfunction or failure rather than, say, a navigation mistake or a structural problem the crew wasn't aware of yet.
That really helps direct the investigation early on.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned the analysis is in India, but it's not just them, right? It's a collaborative thing.
Oh, absolutely. It has to be. It's a big international effort. You've got investigators from India's AIB, that's their accident investigation body, and the DGCA, their Civil Aviation Authority.
Wow.
They're working side by side with American experts from the NTSB and the FAA. Plus, UK AAIB experts were involved too.
And the manufacturers.
Yes, technical teams from Boeing who made the plane and GE who made the engines. Everyone's bringing their specific knowledge together. It ensures, a thorough, unbiased analysis.
That makes sense. Pooling all that expertise.
Yeah.
And these boxes themselves, they have to survive unbelievable conditions, right? How are they built to ensure the data actually makes it?
It's pretty amazing engineering, actually. They're housed in these incredibly tough, heavily protected casings, usually stainless steel or titanium, designed to withstand massive impacts, intense heat from fires, even being underwater for a long time at great depths. Inside, they have special memory units hardened against crashes.
And they have that ping thing, too.
Exactly, an underwater locator beacon, or ULB. It activates in water and sends out a pinging sound for up to 90 days to help search crews find them. That resilience is absolutely key. They're built to be the last witness.
Incredible. So, okay, we have the data. It's being analyzed by this international team. We have some early clues pointing towards engine issues.
Yeah.
What's the kind of timeline we're looking at for more definite answers? And how does this all feed back into safety?
Well, we should expect some interim findings, some clearer initial insights, probably within the next few weeks. And a more formal preliminary report usually comes out within about 3 months, give or take.
Okay.
And this investigation, Driven by that black box data, its whole purpose is to pinpoint the root cause. Was it engine failure, some other mechanical issue, a problem with control surfaces, maybe a mix of things? There's also some early indication, possibly, of a bird strike being a factor.
Okay. But crucially, whatever they find won't just explain this tragedy. Those detailed findings will directly influence future safety recommendations. Things like aircraft design changes, new maintenance procedures, maybe different operational rules. It all aims to prevent something similar from happening again.
It really underscores the importance of this meticulous work. It's not just about finding data, it's like assembling an incredibly complex jigsaw puzzle.
Exactly.
So just think about that for a moment. This one piece of technology, the black box, built to survive almost anything, ultimately becomes the crucial storyteller after a disaster. And through that story, it helps make flying safer for every single one of us.